Alright, what I want you to do is basically very simple. You have to coordinate this inner arm going down with this pelvis, right pelvis going down. So that means that when you're going to from the top of the backswing, if you don't move anything except the arms, you will hit behind you like that. Or just the front of the right foot or something like that. You go to the upper backswing and you go right down. So that means if you can time this inner going down, this arm going down, because the elbow is going in and all that stuff. So if you time this with this inner side here and tie here going down, what will happen is that you start to find your down angle, because when you get here, inertia will do this. But if you don't on the inside plane here and the angle, this won't happen. Then you have to compensate. You can't fire the swing. So time this on the top and timing that drop down with this drop with the right pelvis. So when I'm hitting a shot, it won't sound like this. The key point here is that this coordinates with the drop on the right side. That's the coordination. And you have to be on the inside obviously, or else you will go around. And the thing here, what you're looking for is the feel in the downswing. What you're looking for is inertia, pulling the club head and arms unit, if you like, around. Because when you do this right and you find the proper angle, you will basically, the release will happen by itself, and that you can feel. And once you start to feel that, you can rotate around the C7 and keep that back, because the rotation of the C7, I'll go back and point the camera down again. So if my C7 is here, and I rotate in the backswing, my C7 is still here, inside the right eye. And if I'm rotating here, the C7 is still over the right knee and inside the right thigh here. So the C7 rotation happens there inside that. You have to position your body in the proper way to get there. And if you can do that, you can hit good shots. Now you can alter the shots and all that stuff, but basically the timing for this and that is what makes the timing of the pivot really easy to do. That's pretty much it. So even though the goal swing, if you do this kind of action with one arm, that's a full goal swing. When you put your right hand and arm to it, then this drop down with the elbow, this is called an external rotation of the shoulder, will pull everything down into what people call the slot. When that happens, if you see a tour pro, for example, they will set up and they will pull the club back on one plane, and then when they go in the downswing, they will go inside to flatten out. Jim Furyk is a prime example of that. Now, why do they do that? Why do they pull the club on one plane and then go down? because that's how they learn to hit the ball. Go up and down. They go up and down. Because when they do this, everything in the golf action will happen. And that's why they do that. That's physics, basically. So, in the downswing, go from one plane and then they go on the down plane right. But since they are actively rotating too much, if you ask me, they get issues, obviously, for some reasons. Because the tour pro, they do this kind of action, setting up on one plane and flatten out. They get a lot of space issue in the impact zone. And to do that, they have to raise the left shoulder to compensate a lot, especially the left side. If you do this right, you'll actually be going more down. Before you're going up. So the timing is this one going down, straight down, with this. And you're likely to need a few tests and do a few variations until you find it. The key thing here is when you find the point of the angle here in the downswing, the inertia will release your arm, hands and wrist by pure force. Because when you're coming down here, when this right side drops, and you can drop with that, with the right arm, you will come within, this kind of action will start to happen when your shoulder goes into the slot or whatever you call it. But it has to go down, not sideways or forward. It has to go from the top, has to go down. That was most people miss in the golfing. If you have any questions, please ask. I will be at your service from a cloud and windy Sweden.